Mr. Duck Means Business by Tammy Sauer and Jeff Mack. Mr. Duck Means Business. He looks cranky. Means business.
I think we read this before.
I know. I think we rented it once and then I just found it for super cheap. Mr. Duck lived by himself on the pond. Each day he followed a tight schedule. No trespassing. Don't even think about it. Keep off the grass. Duck crossing. Shh. Let's see. From 6 in the morning until 7, he would stretch his wings. From 7 until 8, he would fluff his feathers. And at precisely 8:01, he would glide across the perfectly still water. Ah, said Mr. Duck, it's so peaceful, so quiet. I have everything I need. Day after day, week after week, and year after year, everything was the same. And Mr. Duck was very happy. And then, one especially hot summer day, Mr. Duck had just begun his morning gliding when he saw... Oops. Hold on. Sorry. Pig? Look out below! Oink, oink. Splash. Mr. Duck spluttered, and he muttered, and he tail up fluttered. But Pig did not get the message. Pig's just like, woo, party time. Mr. Duck was all set to give Pig a strongly worded speech regarding private property when, well, there you are, said Cow. Let's see your moves, called Pig. Jump in. You don't mind, do you, Mr. Duck, said Cow as she plowed past. Moo, splash. Mr. Duck grumbled. He mumbled. He flip-flop-flumbled. But Pig and Cow did not get the message. He's trying to show them. He's like, this is my time. Here's my chart. Now, Mr. Duck was all set to tell them what was what when, hey, said Goat, we've been looking for you all over for you. Anyone up for a game of Marco Polo, called Pig. Last one in's a rotten egg, cheap to chip. A chick. Come on, Mr. Duck, said Cow, you're it. The water got wild, the scenery got crowded, and the peace and quiet, it was gone. Having a good time, though. Oh, he does not look happy. He's like, oh. Mr. Duck tapped, and he flapped, and he totally snapped. Quack! And somebody got the message. Ooh, look at that glare. Oh, my goodness. Perhaps we've overstayed our welcome, said Chick. Oh, said the other animals. Out of my pond, cried Mr. Duck. This time I mean business. So sorry. My apologies. Goodbye for good, said Mr. Duck. Sorry to have bothered you, said Chick. Thanks for letting us swim in your pond. See? They're like, oh. Alone at last, Mr. Duck returned to his routine. He stretched his wings. There were no splashy belly flopping. He fluffed his feathers. There was no annoying water ballet. He glided across the perfectly still water. There was certainly no rowdy round of Marco Polo.
I did go in that water.
In that water?
It wouldn't be that deep.
Yeah, but it might be dirty, full of duck poop. Ah, yeah. Said Mr. Duck, it's so peaceful, so quiet, and that's just the way I like it. On Monday, quiet. On Tuesday, very quiet. On Wednesday, peaceful. Oh, look, there's a horse. On Thursday, very peaceful. On Friday, yawn. On Saturday, Mr. Duck twiddled his feathers peacefully and quietly, of course. And on Sunday, Mr. Duck had a plan. What's he going to write? A new sign. These days, Mr. Duck still loves to stretch at 6 a.m., and he still loves to fluff his feathers at 7. And he still loves to glide across the perfectly still water at precisely 8:01. But sometimes life calls for a little bit of noise. Noise welcome from 2 to 4 p.m.
That means they get 2
especially
hours of time.
With friends. A little bit of noise with friends and family is okay.
They get 2 hours of time to play in the pond.
That's enough for me. You'd be pretty tired after 2 hours. That's duck business. I like that.